Hello, everyone. My name is Carmel. I work with Eastside Neighborhood Services with the Vital Living Program. Thank you for joining me today for Vital Fitness. And so, go ahead and get seated in your chair. Make sure it's a chair with no wheels underneath. You want to make sure you're nice and steady. It's not moving around. Watch out for what's around you. Try not to knock anything over when we start moving. But go ahead and get just sit straight up in your chair. We'll take a few deep breaths in and out to start with. And so let's go ahead and inhale, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, take a deep breath out. Again, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And one last time, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Okay, so make sure you're in comfortable clothing. Make sure you're breathing the whole time as we do our exercises today. But we are going to start with the bottom this time, and then we'll work our way up to our head and our neck. So I'm going to move to the side here just for you to see. But go ahead, get seated in your chair, feet flat on the floor. And we're just going to warm up our ankles by raising our heels off of the ground and then raising our toes off of the ground. So if you watch my feet, I'm raising my heels, lifting as high up as I can, but of course I'm easing into it. And then I'm raising my toes up as high as I can. It's important to pay attention and listen to your body as you're doing this. If you feel pain at any point, as when we're doing exercises, that might mean you're pushing a little bit too hard. So go ahead, take a breather, take a step back if that happens. Otherwise, just make sure you check in with your body the whole time. You shouldn't be feeling pain, maybe just tiredness, but not anything like sharp pain throughout any of the exercises that we do. So you want to keep your body safe. And continue rocking back and forth, lifting your heels, lifting your toes. Okay, let's rest our feet. This time, let's take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Let's move to our legs this time. We are going to extend a leg out in front of us, and then we return it back to the floor. Extend the other leg out in front of us, and then return it back to the floor. So extend and then come back, extend the other side and then come back. If you can only reach a certain point, a certain height, that's okay. Work with whatever your ability is, what level you are at. We're all starting at different levels here. And as long as we keep on moving, doing a comfortable range of motion for ourselves, that's the important part. And feel free to challenge yourself by getting a little bit higher up each time. That's up to you how much you want to challenge yourself as well. So when we do this, try to keep the same speed for when you go up, and then when you go down, you're trying to fight that gravity from pulling your leg down. So let's just do one more on each side here. And last one. Okay, let's take another couple deep breaths in and out. Let's place our hands on our stomach, do some belly breathing. We're going to inhale, take a deep breath in. Push your stomach out as though you're filling up your belly with air. And then exhale, deflating that balloon in your belly and having it return. Let's try that again. So when we inhale, we let it reach all the way down to our belly, filling it up. And then exhale, emptying all that air out. Okay. Still with our legs here, we are going to do some seated marching. So go ahead and raise one knee up and then raise the other knee up. So we're just alternating our legs, raising our foot just a couple inches off the ground. Feel free to raise it higher up if you feel ready to do that, but go ahead and ease yourself into it as well as you increase that range of motion if that's something that you choose to do. And remember to keep on breathing. This one is another one that you want to keep the same speed for when you go up and raise your knee and when you bring it back down to the floor. You want to fight that gravity of not just letting it, fall down to the ground. We want to keep ourselves safe as well in controlling that movement. I'm going to face the front here for you to see. And this is just what it looks like from the front. And we're going to be done in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Okay, we're building back up here all the way to our head. So now we are at our core, our abdomen area, kind of the center of our body here. We're going to take a deep breath in and inhale through our nose. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Deep breath in and inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. So with our core, we're going to do some slight twisting motions here. But just simply turn your head and your shoulders to one side, look straight ahead, and then to the other side, look straight ahead. Again, looking side to side. If you can stretch a little bit farther, you can choose to stretch all the way looking back, feeling even more of a stretch right here on the sides. I also usually breathe in and breathe out when I do this. So I inhale when I look to the side, exhale when I look back at center. Let's do this 2 more times on each side here. So this is 1 and 2. Okay, let's drink some water if you haven't yet. Make sure to have a water bottle nearby you. You want to stay hydrated the whole entire time. So go ahead and drink from your water bottle to do that. Go ahead and set that aside where you won't run into it. Okay, so we worked on our core. Let's move up a little higher up now with our hands and our shoulders. Let's go ahead and stretch our arms off to the sides here. Really pull them to the sides as far as you can, as though you have you're being pulled by each hand. And take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Again, take a deep breath in, inhale. Take a deep breath out, exhale. Go ahead and gently turn to the left like what we were doing just earlier. But this time your arms are also stretching to the side, so an extra stretch here. Turning left and right. Okay, last one. Feel those arms stretch to the sides like it's extending past your arms. And then return that back to your side here. Okay, take a deep breath in again. And out. Okay, let's go ahead and extend one arm off to the side. Feel that hand extend and then have it come across your body. When it comes across your body, you are not turning your shoulder along with it. You're keeping yourself facing the front the whole time. So let's try that with the other side. Arm to the side and have it come across your body. You really get to test out the flexibility of your shoulders here, how much they can turn without you kind of twisting your body at the same time. We're keeping our body straight, um, facing the front the whole entire time as we're doing this. Also, I wanted to mention that if at any time at all you feel the need to take a break, go ahead and do that. We save these videos every week, and we also upload them to our YouTube account as well. And so you can access these even if you miss a couple parts of it. You can even break it apart. I know it's an hour-long class, so sometimes that can be quite long to do all in one sitting. You can break it up in 15 minutes or 5 minutes even, anything that could work for you and work well for you. Okay, last one on each side. And relax, return, shake that off. Take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. We're traveling up to our shoulders this time. Go ahead and roll those shoulders forward. And you're making nice big circles with your shoulder, feeling that out. Doing it at a comfortable range of motion for your shoulder. Rolling it forward, and let's go ahead and roll it backwards. Repeat the same motion, but just going the other direction now. Taking deep breaths in and out. Feel that chest, and I know my upper back also feels that stretch when I do this. It's a good stretch to do to release any tension that we might be feeling. Okay. And now to our head and our neck. Let's go ahead and look side, center, and side. So it's just our head and our neck moving as we turn side to side. Let's look up to the ceiling this time. Look straight ahead, down to the floor. Again, just our head and our neck. Everything else stays in place. If you feel your shoulders kind of rising up, try and keep them down. If that means you're not raising your head as high, that's completely okay. Try and focus with just your head and your neck moving. So just that. Let's go back to side here. I usually inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You'll notice that when you continue breathing, especially with any kind of stretch, it helps you kind of complete the stretch and stretch a little bit farther even. So it's a good tip, a good trick to do. And actually, it's something that is important to do. You don't want to just hold your breath the whole time when you're breathing or when you're exercising. You want to make sure you're getting that oxygen in and out of you, especially when you kind of push your muscles or have it stretch a little bit farther than it's what it's used to. Okay, so we are going to do our sit to stand exercise now. So get seated in your chair. There's multiple variations in how to do this. We are going to show multiple ways to do this. So go ahead, have your arms rest at your sides, your back and your posture is straight the whole entire time. And you're also looking up the whole time. And we are going to start with our first motion of leaning forward, stretching, and then returning back to our seated position. Let's do that again. Let's inhale as we lean forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Remember to look up. Inhale. Exhale. So when you stretch forward, try not to look down like this or hunch your back. Want to keep that back straight. Keep your neck, or not your neck, but your chin up. And let's try that this time with our second part to the sit to stand. So the second part to the sit to stand is going ahead and lifting a little off your chair and then coming back to sitting down. So I will bring here a chair I have to set in front of me. I'm going to show the chair assisted version of this motion, of this exercise. And so it starts off with our very first motion. Again, remember, no lifting yet as we lean forward. Inhale and then exhale. Now for the second part, we're going to lift a little and then exhale. So that is a chair-assisted version of this. You can also do this, or actually, if you don't feel comfortable lifting yourself off the chair, continue to lean forward and then come back. This still creates a lot of momentum for you. It's a lot of work to do as well. So don't think that even if you can't do this part, you can still lean forward, just continuing with that first motion. So go ahead and do that. But let's take a deep breath in and let's do that all over again. Inhale and then exhale. First part to our sit to stand, just leaning forward, no lifting. Inhale and exhale. Lift a little this time. Inhale and exhale. Try not to plop down. Okay, to do it without the chair in front of you and you just want to use your arms to swing for momentum, this is how you can do that. Let's start with our first motion again. No lifting yet. Inhale. Exhale. Now lift a little. Use those arms for momentum. And then come back down to your chair. One last way to do this is to rock your feet back and also use your legs and arms for momentum. So that is another way to do that. So 3 different ways. The chair assisted, where you use the chair to help boost you up, or just your arms to help with that momentum, or using both your arms and your legs, kind of stomping the ground, really bringing your weight back and then forward to get yourself up and off your chair. Okay, let's take another deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Okay, so now we are going to put those 2 together and add our very last part where we stand all the way up. And feel free to just watch for now if you would like, or go ahead and follow along if you already know what to do. But we're going to do this 3 times here. So we are going to lean forward, no lifting yet. Inhale and exhale. Lift a little this time. Choose whichever method works for you. Inhale and exhale. And stand all the way up this time. Inhale and exhale. Okay, scoot back to your chair. You know where it is. It's behind your legs. You know where you're going to sit down. And we're going to take a deep breath in and inhale. Slowly lower yourselves into the chair as we exhale. Doing that in a controlled way also is a good challenge to do. Okay, we're going to do this 2 more times here. Take another deep breath in and out. Okay, so first part, no lifting yet. Stretch and inhale. Exhale. Lift a little this time. And exhale. Now stand all the way up. And exhale. Take a few steps back, feel that chair behind you. You know where you're going to sit down. And we are going to inhale, exhale as we gently lower ourselves back into the chair. And last one. Again, if you can't stand up all the way, we are going to do exercise variations of how to do exercises sitting down. So continue to stretch forward and back as we do the whole exercise here. One last time now, I'm going to show a chair-assisted version this time. Let's go ahead. Inhale as we lean over, no lifting. Exhale. Lift a little. Inhale. And exhale. Now stand all the way up. Inhale. And exhale. And stay standing for anyone who would like to continue these exercises standing up. We are going to stand behind our chair. We can hold that for support if we need to. But let's go ahead and warm up our ankles again here. So I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see me. Go ahead, extend a foot out. You can do this seated or standing. We're going to draw a circle with that foot. So you're warming up that ankle. You can keep your foot pretty low here. Up to you. I'm kind of raising it a little bit higher up so that my camera catches it. Switch directions if you haven't yet. Draw as big of a circle as you can with your toes. If you hear noises from your ankle, which I know I do, as long as it's noises that don't signal pain, it's just kind of like these weird noises, that's okay. That's pretty normal. Okay. Other side now. Let's wake up the other ankle and draw circles with our toes. Taking deep breaths in and out, holding onto that chair for support, or if you'd like to challenge your balance, kind of letting go from that. To challenge your balance, it's important to kind of stay focused, maybe looking at one thing on the wall, maybe it's a clock or a picture frame. Switch directions if you haven't yet. I know that often helps with my balance. It's when you stay focused on one point on the wall. Okay, relax that foot, shake it off. Okay, so standing behind your chair now this time, we are gonna warm up our ankles and our calves. Not quite warm up actually, this is an exercise, so hold on to that chair for support if you would like. And what we're going to do is simply go up on our toes and then come back down to the floor. So going up on our toes and back down to the floor. You feel your calves working hard when you do this. If you are seated down, keep going if you're standing up. If you are seated down, and if you want to feel, make it more challenging, you can sit closer to the edge of your seat, because then your legs here, they really have to kind of lift your thighs, instead of it being over here and not really feeling too much weight. When you're at the edge of your seat and your thighs are off of the chair, you're then lifting that up. You're lifting your lower body up, so that makes it more challenging as well. Keep on going. So we're gonna count to 5, 4, keep breathing, 3, 2, and 1, and hold it in the air for a second, a few seconds, and come back down. Shake that off if you need to. They were working hard. Maybe feel that heat that you just built up in your legs. Okay, this time, let's go ahead and stretch our legs now as well. We're going to stand about an arm's length away from our chair here. And what we're going to do, for those of you who are standing up, we are going to put one leg in front of the other, feet flat on the floor, and then we're going to shift our center of gravity, our weight, to our front foot. So my weight is in my front foot, my back leg, it's outstretched, it's not bent, but outstretched like this. And I'm holding on to that chair for support for my balance. You can also keep your arms right there if you would like. And let's come back. Other side now this time. So one foot in front of the other. Make sure your feet flat on the floor. And go ahead, shift your weight forward. Feel that weight in your front foot. That back leg, feel it outstretched in the back. And release. Repeat that again. So foot in front, shift your weight to your front foot, and then keeping that in place. I'm going to show what this looks like to stretch out those same muscles for if you're sitting down. So extend one foot out, and this foot that you have extended out, it's not flat on the floor, but it's actually pointed upwards. So my toes are trying to point up to the ceiling if they can. My leg, it's outstretched. It's not completely straight or locked in place. We want to make sure we keep our knees safe. So don't keep it locked on those soft knees. And then we're going to lean forward. And when you lean forward and feel a stretch kind of right here in the downside of your leg, that's all you need to feel. No need to push further than that. If you feel a stretch right here, then that's all you need to do. If you don't feel a stretch until you're down here, then go ahead and go for that. Okay, switch legs. For those of you standing up, switch legs if you haven't yet. Put one foot in front of the other. For people sitting down, flex that foot where you try to bring the top of your foot as close to your leg. Have your toes point up to the ceiling. And then we're going to lean forward. If you are standing up, the difference is that you keep your feet flat the whole time. So, okay, come back. Okay, switch one more time to the other side. Extend that leg out in front of you. Sitting down, folks, you point your foot to the, well, not point your foot, you flex your foot. Have the toes facing the ceiling. And you lean forward until you feel a stretch in the underside of your leg. And come back. For those of you who are standing up, go ahead and switch. As well as those who are sitting down, go ahead and switch. Place one foot in front of the other. Shift that weight forward. Keep that back leg outstretched. Feet flat on the floor if you're standing up. And release. And shake that off again. Drink some water. Take deep breaths in and out as you do this. Okay. So, let's go ahead and be behind our chair again here. We are actually going to sit back down here. So we're going to do that same exercise that we were doing with our sit to stand. And we are going to have the back of our legs touch the chair. We know where it is. We know where we're going to sit down. And we are going to take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale as you gently lower yourself back into the chair. Let's face the front here. We'll continue working on our legs here. And sitting down, go ahead and we are going to bring one leg to the side and then have it come back to center. Another leg to the side and then come back to center. So if you notice, my front body is facing the front the whole time. I'm not turning alongside with my leg, but I'm keeping myself facing straight the whole entire time. And also, I'm slightly lifting, well, actually, I'm lifting it quite a lot here, but you can slightly lift your leg as though you're stepping over something as you move side to side. This is a good hip workout. I know I feel that too, kind of stretching out, opening up those hips, taking deep breaths in and out to help complete the movement a little bit more, extend it a little bit more, stretch out, and taking deep breaths in and out as we do this. Okay, we're going to do twice on each side, and then we'll be done with this exercise. So that is 1, and here's 2. Okay, and rest. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Okay, we are going to extend our legs forward now this time. So go ahead and I'm going to face a little bit to the side so you can see. We are going to extend one leg out, choose whichever leg, right or left, and then we're going to bring it back down to the floor. Extend that same leg out, we're not alternating, and then back to the floor. So we're just working on one side at a time here as we extend our leg out and have it return to the floor. And one more. Okay. Other leg this time. So remember, we're not alternating here. We're extending our leg out, returning it back to the floor. Extend that leg and return it back. This is actually a little bit more challenging to do if you do it slower, because then you really have to control that movement. So if you think this is quite easy, go ahead and slow it down a bit, and then you'll start to realize it's a lot of work. Okay, relax. Take a deep breath in again. Take a deep breath out. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. One more exercise for our legs here before we rest them and go to our arms. We are going to extend both legs out. So I have both legs here. You can choose to point your toes, flex them, or just keep them relaxed. That's up to you. But we are going to do some flutter kicks. So flutter kicks, if you look at my legs, I'm just kicking a little bit, doing small little kicks as though I'm in the water. And then I'm going to pause and hold it in the air. Pause and hold in the air. And then let's return a little bit more, just a little bit more. And we're going to rest it back to the floor. Okay, let's drink some water. Take deep breaths in and out. Did a lot with our legs just now, so go ahead and relax for a second. Okay. We are going to wake up our shoulders again once more. Well, we've already been doing that, but we're going to do it with some weights if you have them. I have 2-pound weights here. If you don't have weights, don't worry about it. You can continue to do these exercises without weights, or you can substitute with things that you have around the house, like cans of soup, water bottles, anything else that's of about the same weight to place in both of your hands. But of course, again, go ahead and shouldn't be too heavy of a weight. See, I have 2-pound weights here, and that's kind of all I need really to have a good exercise here. And so let's rest it at our sides here. And we're gonna warm up with these weights in hand by shrugging our shoulders up and then pulling them down. Up and down. Kind of lose your neck as you pull up and down, up and down. Taking deep breaths in and out. Inhaling and exhaling as you do this motion, this exercise. If you're starting to get tired, go ahead and rest. Let's do it for just 3 more times here. So we are doing 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Okay, so rest your arms at your sides again here. This time we are going to raise our arms a little bit higher up, maybe at chest level if we can, and then bringing it back down. So, raising your arms, and then coming back down. Make sure you're not locking your elbows in place. You want to keep them safe, keep them soft, a little bent. And if you are starting to get tired, you can just let go of the weights. This is just as difficult of an exercise to do without them. Let's do one more here. Okay, take another deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, and now I am transitioning to just one weight in my hand. I am going to extend that up above me, holding onto that weight, kind of in that triangle form. So if you look at my hands, here's the weight. I'm holding onto it like this in a triangle. And I have it extended up above my head and then bending back. Extend it up above my head and bend back. Taking deep breaths in and out as I do this. You can also do this without a weight in hand. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Go ahead and clasp your hands together, just having your palms facing each other. And doing the same exact thing. You can push your palms together to help get you up. And let's do 3 more. We're going to do 3, 2, and 1. And gently, slow, and release. Let that out. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, let's take a bit of a break from our arms here. We are going to go to our fingers this time. So I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our fingers out wide. Inhaling, exhaling, and then curl into a gentle fist. So you don't have to extend your arms out in front of you like this. You can keep them down here and do it. I'm simply doing that so that you can see what my hands are doing. And we're taking deep breaths in and out, taking our time with it, doing it at a comfortable pace that works for us. Inhaling, exhaling. Remember to inhale and exhale when you are doing any kind of stretch. Helps release any tension that we might be feeling if we pay attention to our breath like that. Okay, stretch your fingers out wide again. Palms facing the floor. Rotate, face the ceiling. Again, face the floor and the ceiling. Going back and forth, taking deep breaths in and out as we turn our palms up and down. I know I feel this exercise not just in my wrist, but I feel it in my forearm as well. And these are small muscles that we have in our forearms. They're kind of the muscles that support us in doing things. So you might not notice that it's doing work, but it is doing work. So it's good to exercise them like this. Because when we do feel pain in them, then we definitely feel it in our hands because they help support our hands. Okay. And go ahead, if you want to shake off those hands, those wrists, go ahead and do that. If you don't really want to shake it off, maybe you could just do like a couple waves. Feel free to do that as well. If shaking it is too intense, go ahead and do whichever way you'd like to do that. So, okay. And this time we're going to touch each finger with our thumb. So, all I'm doing, each finger tries to touch my thumb here. I can change up the order in which it touches. Give a bit of a brain exercise as well. And then kind of really imagine you're really moving your fingers. Feel that stretch. Go ahead and shake off that wrist or do those floaty movements with your wrist to release any tension. Whatever works for you. Shake that off. Take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out, exhale. Deep breath in, inhale. Deep breath out, exhale. And we are going to do a sit to stand exercise again here to stand up. Feet flat on the floor. Posture is straight and upright the whole time. Our chin is up. We're looking straight ahead, taking a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Okay. Do whichever variation works best for you, the chair assisted or swinging the arms or using the legs for momentum. Up to you how you'd like to use that. And let's start with our first motion of no lifting yet, just extending forward, inhale, and exhale. Lifting a little this time, inhale, exhale. Now stand all the way up. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Stand behind your chair again here. You can hold on to the chair if you need that for support. Otherwise, you can have your hands on your hips. I'm going to have my hands on my hips and move my chair aside just so you can see what I'm doing. But what we're going to do is our knees are slightly bent. They're soft. They're not locked in place and standing up straight, but knees slightly bent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some hip circles. So we are drawing a circle with our hips in one direction. And when we do this, try and keep the rest of your body in place and just your hips moving. So switch directions here. What I mean by that, by just kind of isolating your hips by themselves, again, remember you can do this with a chair if you need that support for balance, that's up to you. But what we want to do is we don't want to, move our upper body to help, get our hips around in a circle. That's not what we're trying to do. We are simply isolating our hips. Imagine you're balancing something in your head, or not in your head, but on top of your head. You're keeping it in place. Switch directions again. Remember, make sure that your knees are soft. They're not locked in place as you do this. And you want to go through the movement, take deep breaths in and out. Feel that weight shift from different sides of your leg, of your feet here as well. And relax. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so we might felt that exercise a bit in our ankles here. So let's go ahead and roll out our ankles as well. So when we roll out of our ankles here, we are going to raise one heel up off of the ground. So it's just one heel up, toes are still in contact with the ground. And we're going to draw a circle with our toes. So from the front, it looks like this, drawing a circle with our heels while the toes are still in contact with the ground. Go ahead and switch the other side this time. Rolling out those ankles or